The Refractive Cataract and Anterior Segment Fellowship at EyeCare Partners is a unique opportunity for residents who are finishing their training to acquire what I think really are the skills that people look to acquire to be competitive in the marketplace. As our field gets more and more sophisticated, the difference between a finishing resident and someone who is really at the top of their field in the private practice world is growing wider. And the Refractive Cataract and Anterior Segment Fellowship, or RCAS as we're calling it by its acronym, is designed to accelerate the journey, if you will, from finishing a residency to top of form in the marketplace. So I really think it's a superb educational opportunity for people to acquire the skills that are really practice relevant in today's ophthalmology world. EyeCare Partners has decided to provide leadership and innovation to education. This sort of an educational initiative fellowship designed of this sort is unique not only amongst private equity entities, but I think across education in ophthalmology generally. It's focused on things that you need to know in the private practice world. So for example, fellowships offered in academic medicine have a slightly different tilt, if you will. Think of the practitioners in the university setting as opposed to the practitioners in the private practice community who are doing high volume, cutting edge, advanced IOL procedures. So this really tilts towards the latter. EyeCare Partners has really worked to offer an alternative to the traditional kind of binary choices that exist for residents as they finish their training. Typically, a resident can go either into private practice or into an academic opportunity, and at ECP you can do both. We call it the third pathway, and you can be an academically oriented private practitioner within our system, given our dedication to research and education as well as to clinical care. What distinguishes the ECP Refractive Cataract and Anterior Segment Surgery Fellowship is this focus on achieving your own personal goals in that space as opposed to conforming to whatever the fellowship goals may be at a university. We want to get you hitting the ground, being who you want to be, and giving you the skills that you need to have to get there. Secondly, you are part of an educational ecosystem here. We have a large number of residencies within EyeCare Partners. There is opportunity for exchange within our ecosystem, which again doesn't exist outside of ECP. You typically go to a program and you live and exist within that program. At EyeCare Partners, you're part of an educational consortium. I'd encourage residents who are finishing their training to take a close look at the opportunities here at EyeCare Partners. We have a number of features that truly distinguish us from the other anterior segment opportunities that are out there. You'll get what you need to do what you want to do and be who you want to be. One of the distinguishing features about the Refractive Cataract and Anterior Segment Surgery Fellowship is the emphasis on mentorship. And by mentorship here, I don't just mean clinical mentorship, because one would anticipate any fellowship will have a focus on acquisition of clinical skills. But we're also interested in developing you as a leader in clinical research, as a leader in education, and helping you further to understand some of the intricacies and details about the business of running a practice of ophthalmology. I think the conversation about the opportunities available at the completion of the fellowship isn't complete without talking about employment opportunities within EyeCare Partners. We have a presence in 18 states, and certainly any opportunities open at the time that the fellowship finishes their training would be available for their consideration.